everyone, Laura Hambley, Sapphire Director with Mia Bella Candles. I want to take a few minutes and tell you about my journey with Mia Bellas. I was introduced to Mia Bella Candles in March of 2020 by a friend who sold candles from a previous candle company and was also introduced to Mia Bella at that time. I was really excited for her and couldn't wait till she received her first shipment of candles. When she received them, I went over, picked out favorites, and was blown away by these candles. They were amazing. I told her that these were the best candles out there and she would do well with them. So as she would get new shipments of candles, I would go over and keep picking out different favorites. It seemed like every time she ordered new ones, I found a new favorite I loved. Well, with that, I was actually laid off from my job at that time and thought, what am I going to do? Because I just have a new candle fetish and now I don't have extra income. So I started door dashing, which was okay at the time. Everybody was at home. It was all during COVID. Well, I would have friends come over and they would say, I love these candles. Where are you getting them from? So I was sending my girlfriend a whole slew of new customers. Well, fast forward to May of 2020, about 2 months later, I thought, I need to get a discount on candles. I need a little bit of extra income, and I'm sending all these people over to her. They could be buying them from me. So that's when I went ahead and joined. It was the best thing that I could have ever did at the time, and little did I know how much this would have changed my life over the last 3 years. During that summer, again, it was during COVID. A lot of things couldn't be held inside. My son was in Scouts at the time, and his Scout troop decided to meet in a big open grassy field. So the parents would have to sit, and they could bring lawn chairs or bring a little folding table and sit 6 feet apart. But, regardless, there were bugs around. So one day I brought my Bugs No More candle and I said, hey, let's just put this on the table. Well, it was amazing. It kept the bugs away, and I sold 12 Bugs No More candles right there. I had them because I started keeping an inventory, which I didn't know if that was good or bad, but I was happy that I had them. It was great. And so the next week I brought probably about 48 candles with me, and I sold 36 out of the trunk that night of just various different candles. And I thought, oh, wow, this is amazing. I love this. This is, I can't wait to keep sharing this. Well, as that year went on, different things, we were starting to come out of COVID a little bit. I actually went back to work. And then going towards the end of the year, my friend and I, we did do different things together with the candles, but we decided to do a fundraiser for somebody in the neighborhood. I didn't like the way the fundraiser was going. She was a little distant. Things were just, I didn't really know what was going on at the time. So going into January of 2021, I kept hearing some different things, and finally, I was done. She seemed to have been stepping away from Mia Bella. A lot of things were going on, and I just didn't know what to do. I loved what I was doing, but I felt very alone, and I didn't know who to reach out to. So I reached out to Kim. And I said, Kim, I know you don't know me. I said, I'm in Georgia. I am completely alone. I don't know who to talk to. I'm about ready to quit and just hang it up. And Kim and I talked for a while about some different things. And she said, you know what? I have the perfect person for you. She's not in Georgia, but she is the closest to you. And she's in Tennessee, and her name is Shelly Browning. And Shelly called me, and that phone call basically changed my life in a lot of different ways. We spent 2 hours on the phone. It was amazing. I don't know what it was with that magical phone call. We just clicked. And for those of you that know me and Shelly, you know how much Shelley Browning means to me. For those of you that know Shelley Browning, you know what an amazing, amazing woman she is. I cannot say enough things about her. She has become so special to me, and I love her so much. And if you don't know Shelley Browning, or if you just know her name but you don't know her, get to know her. She's amazing. So with that being said, she took me under her wing, and we talked. We got to know each other. We talked, and just, kind of like what to do, different things to, look at, different things to focus on. And that's what we concentrated on doing. I went ahead and signed up my friend Sean in Florida, and we started tag teaming, doing different things. And it was amazing. And we made the decision to go to Fling of 2021, which was going to be the first Fling of the combined Mia Bella and the other candle company. And we were super excited to go. And what I was super excited about is I was actually going to meet Shelley for the first time face to face. We never met face to face. We had just did several months of texting and phone calls, and though I felt like I knew her, Fling of 2021 was amazing in so many ways, because it was a family. For everybody that we saw on the Facebook pages, the names, everything, just to see them face to face and meet them was incredible. But I'll tell you this, it was right after we got there. Sean and I were sitting in the lobby in the hotel and just trying to, decipher what we were going to do, figure out this and that. And we saw a couple and, said, "Hey, how are you?" And we just started talking to them. And we kept running into them. Then at lunch one day, I think either that day or the next day, we were sitting at the table, and the couple walked by and, said, "Hey, have a seat with us." Well, we started talking to them, and, they were asking questions, and I was telling them just a little bit about my story, and Shelley came and sat down and introduced them to Shelley. And this couple was Jim and Darlene McDonald. We all just hit it off. And again, I can't say enough about Jim and Darlene as well. They have been absolutely rock stars, and they have just pushed me to levels that I didn't know that I could achieve. And, Jim is, one of my biggest cheerleaders for me, and I am so proud of them as well. But with that being said, Fling was the best decision that I could have made at that time to go to in 2021, and I vowed there I would never miss a Fling at all if there was, and I haven't. So, finishing up 2021 and going into 2022 was just amazing. We came back from Fling with so much energy, and couldn't wait to try to earn the trip to Cancun that year. And as you've heard it from many times from Shelley, the one candle a day. Shelley and I we started that up. She started it back up with me. We started it together. And we would text, even if it was just a number, we would text each other. We would hold each other somewhat accountable for what's going on. If I didn't sell any candles, we'd be sure to try to push the next day. But it really does start with one candle a day. And if she texted me 5, I would be, I got to try to get 5 or 6. But you know what? I'm going to be happy with 1. And I had a down day for a couple of days, and I had a neighbor knock on my door and said, "I need a couple candles." And she bought 28. And I'm like, Shelley, I sold 28. But it was great because it was fun. So grab a buddy, do a candle a day. It works. It's great. And, the days or the times that go by that I forget that, I dial that back and it gets me motivated again. So I knew that I wanted to go to Cancun. I knew I needed to step up the game a little bit. So I reached out to my kids were, in high school. I reached out to the band, reached out to the baseball team. We did private labels, fundraisers. Also during that time, fast forwarding a little bit more, we had a devastating tornado come through our town, and I did special label candles to that to help with one of the other high schools that lost a whole lot of things. And so it was just a lot of kind of doing more special labels and doing fundraising to, for causes that is what I was, focusing on and doing. And lo and behold, I don't know how I did, but I snuck in, I believe, the last day of sales for Cancun and made the trip. I was completely amazed by it. And from, almost wanting to leave this business to coming to where I was so excited. With Shelly, with Jim and Darlene, with just, my customers, my friends, I couldn't believe I made it up to a Sapphire Director. I still kind of boggles my mind that we continue to do this. I love this. 2022, we were just still plugging away. We went, Fling again was amazing. It was all set, ready to tackle fall of 22, getting ready to go to Jamaica. And then we had my father-in-law suddenly passed away in August of 2022, very unexpected, the start of my son's senior year, and my daughter had just moved to Orlando, so it was a pretty devastating time for us. So it kind of took me a step back from my candle business for a little bit. We made it through that fall and going into the holidays. My husband was helping me with doing different vendor events, and I was still determined to try to make Jamaica. And I was pushing it, and I thought, oh, this is going to be really close. I don't think it's going to work out. I had a couple fundraisers that canceled out on me, and I was pretty depressed through it. But I thought, well, I'm going to try my best going into the new year and see what happens. Then on January 2nd of this year, my husband had a massive stroke, and it was devastating. He didn't feel great. He called me from work, and he had said, I'm just not feeling good. I'm going to go home and lay down. And I got a call about 10 minutes later. He was in a car accident. He had the stroke while he was driving. They transferred him immediately to downtown Atlanta to the stroke trauma center. And he was in the critical care ICU for 6 weeks. So from January 2nd through February 13th. When I got down to see him on January 2nd, they had removed the blood clot. And he was actually sitting up in bed, and he could say a few words. He didn't have use of his left side. They had told me that it, should come back with some therapy. They were doing swallowing tests, and he seemed to be doing okay for the most part. So we were hopeful. then the next morning I received a phone call saying that his brain had swelled. They were going to have to go in, remove half of his skull, and we would go from there. Well, the 6 weeks was a complete roller coaster of up and down. He never did get better. He had to be intubated twice. Anyways, on February 13th, he went into cardiac arrest 3 times, and we lost him. So basically, the beginning of this year was unbelievable, unbelievably difficult. I'm gonna try to get through this. He was 51 years old, and we were not prepared at all for this. I have to say that, and as I said earlier, Shelly got me through a lot of this, just, checking on me constantly. Jim and Darlene texting me, and so many others within our Mia Bella family. Bob reached out and called, Kim, Jody, Kylie, and I can go on and on. Darlene, Alana, Callie, so many of you. And I can't tell you how much all of that means to me. It was just to know that this Mia Bella family is truly, truly a family. The calls, the texts, just meant so much through this time. The Jamaica trip came, the first week of May, and I was, so excited for all my friends who were there, and we, I don't know what it is. There's Shelley Browning, Shelley Lindsley, and Laura Bartigas, and myself, and I don't know when it really started, but it seems like when the 4 of us would get together, we need to have the Shelley, the 2 Shelleys and the 2 Lauras pictures. And we've done it at Flings. We did it in Cancun, and it was just Shelley was texting me from Jamaica, and I'm like, oh, I just wish I was there for our picture. And I'll have to tell you, the 3 of them that were there, they did a picture for me and texted it to me, and it was just to feel that was amazing. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to Fling this year. I didn't know. I've been so up and down. It's been a rough several months, and I knew I needed this. In fact, I didn't even know if I wanted to continue on with the candles. But I went to Fling, and I will tell you, it was so, anyways, I needed that more than I knew. I knew people by names, but I really got to know people on this trip, and we all have gone through so many different things personally, and you guys know who you are that have touched me so much. You reinstilled my faith that I can go on, and I can continue this journey, and while there's going to be many bumps in the road, it's okay. I will be okay. And again, it all started with a candle. So I know I've probably gone off topic a little bit more than I wanted to, but you know, never sell short of what you're doing. Always believe in yourself and what you can do. Get out there. There's people that need help in any way. Right now, I'm doing a lot of individual fundraising for people. Just, kids, teenagers, they need money for sporting events, for spending money, for gas money. I'm giving them a single fundraiser form and telling them, go sell 12 candles. You'll make $96. I'll throw in the extra 4. You're going to have $100 to you. And it has been very successful. And I'm so proud of them for doing it. And I love being able to help the individual person just to see a smile on the face. I am so much looking forward to going to the Dominican Republic next year. That is my goal. I am setting myself for that. I need to do that. I need to get away. And again, it all starts with a candle. I am so thankful for Bob and for Charlie, for all their words of wisdom, for being there for us for whenever we need anything. So thankful for Kim, for Jody, for all our leaders that share all their wisdom with us. It doesn't matter what team you're on, you can reach out, and anybody is there to help. I am there to help anybody if they need anything, but so far everybody's been picking me up this year, and I can't thank you all enough for that. But I look forward to seeing everybody soon again, and just remember, if you don't ever doubt yourself. You can do it. This is a great company. It's a great product, and it all just starts with a candle, and everybody loves a candle. And again, if if you've watched this video from being shared, please reach out to the person that shared this to you. They will answer any questions that you have, and we hope to see many people join our Mia Bella family if you're not already a part of it. But I love you all, and thank you to each and every one of you who've touched me in a way that I'll never forget. Thanks.